What's up, Hoff? You here, bro? No, I can't hear you, Hoff.
Freaking state-owned equipment.
Looking like a stud in that uniform.
That's what's
Oh,
up.
nice, dude. Yeah, still can't hear you, but you look good. Nothing yet? Nope. Nothing more annoying than having an audio issue and not knowing how to fix it. I've been there.
Right?
Start fumbling at the buttons. Hoff, sometimes you call in with your phone, and I think that works pretty well. You want to try that? Okay, Hoff's coming from his phone, so he'll be here in a sec.
Okay. So I'm looking at this down move on the ES and wondering if we got a larger 3 that just hit and we're retracing back up to a 4 and thinking about trying to short up here, right at the level it's at right now. What do you think of that?
Let's see. I don't know, dude. I'm kind of looking for this. Like this bigger move down. It's kind of what I'm looking at right now. And what's up, Pop? I think I can hear you now, man.
You can hear me?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right, we good?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. All right, now I can hear you too. Perfect. All right,
Nice. Yeah, Justin, I don't know, man. I had it like 1, 2, 3, and then it did this perfectly. And then I needed it to do like, this needed to be like the 1, 2. It needed to kind of like hold here. It really should have held like here somewhere. And then gone up and made a new. This would have been the 2, and then this would have been a 3 wave.
Right.
Up to like something like this, back up into here. Which makes sense with the resistance too. So that's what and then that would have been like a big channel. This would have made a lot of sense. But this failed. And on the broader scheme, like, oops. In the broader scheme of things, we're kind of in this, like, maybe putting in a new, like, this might be the wave 5.
Yeah.
No, not
Yeah,
the
I'm
wave 5,
thinking.
I'm sorry, the wave 3. This might be the wave 3 down. The start of
Oh,
the wave
yeah,
5,
yeah, on the bigger screen.
like this. Because remember, we had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 count in here. Like a
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. So now this becomes your 1. This had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 count up, so now this is your 2. It's looking pretty clean, dude. Things could get out of hand here. Good trade.
Yeah.
Looking pretty clean. I mean,
Yeah, and I'm
go ahead.
what I was saying was calling today's current move, like from today's high. I'm saying right now is a 5. How do I annotate on here?
You go up to like the top and you come up here to this thing.
Yeah, think I got it. Yeah, so zoom up and I'll show you what I'm looking at and thinking like 1, 2.
Sorry, I keep moving it all over the place. How's this?
Oh. Okay, let me try it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is what I'm looking at right now. And that's what I was saying. Do you think this could possibly be a 4 move on this current down trend that we're in?
So here's a question. I don't know if this is like there's no real answer for it, but how do you know like how big to go with your waves? Like for me, like I was looking like when you were at the whatever screen you were on, Lance, before we had like the double top. I guess it's like the same thing, kind of. I was looking at like smaller wave fives. I know you said like there's waves within waves, whatever, but how do you know which ones to measure?
I'm not sure I understand your question. And could you turn yourself up a little bit?
Volume.
Yeah.
Or just talk closer to the mic.
Yeah, or just come closer, or like put headphones in or something. It's just
Okay.
kind of hard to hear you, that's all.
Sorry. So is that better?
Not really, no.
No. Shit. What if I talk like this? Is that better?
No, not really, but it's okay. I can kind of hear you. Let's see. So,
All right. Sorry.
you're good, dude. Help me understand your question a little
So,
bit
like,
more. Are
all
you
the
still on your
waves are, like-
computer? Can you annotate and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Here, let me you share your screen. You want to do that?
Oh no, I think no. I mean, I'm on, but I'm also like I'm on the computer, but I'm on Slack on the phone.
Hmm.
But basically, what I was trying to say is like sometimes like the waves are like fractal, right? Like they're small. Like even though you still look, your waves seem to be bigger. I think.
Are you talking about this?
Where you
We don't see your screen
Oh
anymore,
shit!
Lance.
Thanks, Jess. Hoff, are you talking about this?
yeah, I think. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that's an example, right? Is that real cool? Cool. So, like, how do you? I don't even know which ones to even start with that. I thought I knew, and it wasn't even close.
So, what you do is you look for a change in the trend. So, like the trend was down here, right? And once it kind of gets above this level, we can say, okay, now it's kind of doing its own thing. And furthermore, we can go, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is a 1, 2. Now, if we come up above this, this will be the new 1, 2. And then we'll trade up for a 3. And I think in this one, the 3 traded to the 1, 7, 6, 4. So we knew that the 5 should trade to the 2, 3, 6. Or the 2, 3, 6, which it did, and then it came a little higher, went up to like the 2, 3, 8, 2. And this is a little messy now, but yeah, I mean, it did. And we got some wicks up here. And then we know that that should pull back to either the 764, the 618, the 0.5, whatever. So I was waiting for it to come down into here before buying any. And let's see what happened on this one. And I mean, I wasn't going to play it, but I mean, theoretically. That was my drawing. Let's say around 118. So it never got down there. Basically never got down there. But all I did was basically, if I get a clean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, So I think you said, like, are we going to trade down? I think that was your question. And when I looked at it, I was like, probably not. I mean, maybe a little bit, but I saw. So this is just like, this is obvious for me. This looks like a 1, 2, 3. And then the fact that like this big thing pulls back into here, that looks like a potential 1, 2. So if I see a potential 1, 2, I'm going to do a count and see if I can get like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That makes sense. So then I'm comfortable saying, okay, if this goes higher, now it should be the wave 3. So now the other thing I did was, you were right, Hoff, there was like a down move. There was like a 1, 2, and then the 3 traded like down to here, and then yeah. So what I was looking for was, I saw this too. I saw this as well. I saw a 1, 2, 3 down to here, 4, and then a potential 5 down to here. So if I see a 5, I also did the retracement of this bigger overall move. And what I saw was confluence. I saw that this 5-wave structure down should end right around here. And that would also coincide with the 618 level of this broader pullback. So for me, I'm just saying, okay, I'm going to be patient and let this wave 5 trade down and try to catch it here. And then if I catch it here and play it like this, you know, if I get some wicks, if I get some candles, now look what I have for myself. Because remember, this now becomes the 1, 2. So now I have a 1, 2. Now, these aren't really where they're going to go, but so now I have potentially, if this is my new 1, 2, trade down to here. Now my new 3 is potentially all the way up here, bro. It's a 20-hour trade. And it looks crazy. I've done that. It works. It works. It works. So, and you know, you're taking profits along the way and you're trailing your stop and you're adding maybe, but like so this 3. Do you see that? You see how this becomes the 1, 2 now? It's all fractal. And I'm doing this all in the 1-minute chart. Because it's obvious here. It's so clean here that I can do it here. Now, what I don't like about stocks is you get some weird gap that fucks everything up. Whereas with futures, I feel like, okay, a structure is more inclined to like play itself out a little bit. But do you see how that became fractal? I took the most obvious structure I could find, and then I just kept extending the story out to what would make sense. Did you follow it?
Yeah, I get you. I mean, for some reason, my thing is like every time I try to draw it, and maybe I'm just drawing it wrong, but I'm looking for like the bottom of the wave 3 to come to like, you know, the 1.6 whatever it is, 618, and I can never like really get it. So I'm like, all right, that's obviously not the 1, 2 then. But a lot of times I just can't figure it out. Like it's not lining up for me.
We need you to share your screen, bro. We need to go through some of them and you draw them and we'll critique.
Yeah, I got.
Can you do that? You're kind of cutting out, bro.
Maybe I can like talk on the phone and share the computer.
Yeah, you can do that. You should be able to do that.
Let's see.
You'll just have to reconnect to the Zoom with your computer as well, and then we'll mute your computer. Or you'll be all right.
All right, I'm trying to just join, so just gotta let me in. All right, let's see this one.
So there you go. Cool now.
Okay, that should be good now, I think.
Yep. Now turn the video on for Hoff too. There you go.
Oh.
Yeah, nice.
Okay.
Now we get two angles of the Hoff man. Looking good from each of them.
Disable share. You cannot share.
Sorry,
Start sharing the screen.
Okay, you're good. You're good.
All right. So let's see. Can I share? Let's do this one. Share. Okay. So like this was the one. Do I not have it still? Shit. Thought I did. So the only one I did that kind of made sense was when I kind of did this one on Roku, and I don't even know if I'm doing it right 100%, but it like this was what did I do? Oh, something along the lines of like a 1, 2, 3 down to like this area right here to kind of the 1.618, 4 to the 764, and then the 5 down to the 2. That's like the only one that was like kind of close, I feel like.
Hold on,
So
dude. For
like
whatever
that.
reason, I can't find my annotate tool here on this one. I can't mark it up. That's weird. I don't know why.
So basically, yeah. So basically, it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that.
Well, that's pretty close.
Yeah,
so
that was
let me get this fucking annotate. I don't know where the hell my annotate tool is. What the fuck is happening?
The other one is this net one, which I couldn't. I think I was looking on a 15-minute or something. It failed.
Yeah, my annotate tool is gone too.
What's up with that?
This was my other one, I think.
I don't know if Hoff can hear us. Hoff's probably
Can you hear us, Hoff?
saying anything.
Can you hear us? Oh, no, he don't hear us. Yeah, but my annotate tool. Oh, okay. He's just ignoring us.
Dude,
He's focused.
Neither of us
I'm sorry,
our annotate tool isn't working, so we can't. I don't know why, but we can't mark up the screen. Hold on. I'm gonna end your sharing and then try it again.
Okay.
Wait, Justin, you try real fast, and then let me see if I can annotate on there. Something must be amiss.
You want to try to do it again?
Hold on. Let's see if Justin's is here.
Go see it.
Okay, yeah, Justin's is here. That's weird. Okay, yeah, try it again, huh?
I'm gonna stop sharing. Okay.
I'll just share in
Share desktop.
It says entire screen, window, or Chrome tab.
Entire screen, I guess.
That's what I had. Let me see. Screen
It's
sharing.
still not there. Okay, try it the other way because it's still not there.
Let's see. Windows, Chrome tab. No. Let's see this.
What the hell, dude?
Still can't do it?
No. So weird.
Yeah, it's super weird.
Huh. It's probably just worked. I'm sure you could do it if I go to my house computer, but for some reason it's not working.
The state might have it set up where you know there's like a permission in there so that we can't screw with your computer or something.
Yeah, I guess so. Man,
I know when I worked for Connecticut, they were so smart. You know, they were like Google geniuses, you know, and had all kinds of permissions. You couldn't even like Google anything, you know, because it's like, oh no, that could be an untrusted site. I'm like, it's a university site. Like
well,
it's
Hoff,
research.
I see what you're drawing, dude, and it's pretty good. I can't
Right. So the thing,
annotate, but I
right.
see
So now,
the same thing kind of.
tell me if I'm drawing the fibs wrong because I feel like they didn't line up when I did it. So I'm just putting the phone down so I can draw it real quick. But
Okay.
I thought those looked pretty good.
so like in order to do it, I would do like the extension, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for the extension, you would start like here to here, like that, right? Am I doing that right?
Yep.
Okay, so the 3 doesn't come anywhere really close to the 1618, which is kind of what threw me off. But the retest came to the 764, which made sense.
No. That's the
But
wrong
that,
764. Don't forget about that
oh,
one.
gotcha. Okay. Oh, right, because that would be for the retracement tool, right? So,
In fact, you can get rid of all that shit. Go into your settings and just get rid of all that shit.
okay. 'Cause I thought you posted one. I was trying to copy what you had posted. Maybe it's wrong.
Turn off everything that's less than 1.
So, like all these?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now it's just an extension tool. Now you can do your retracement up to there. But is this the one we looked at yesterday?
No, I just did this today. This is today's chart.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So I would say that you would need to zoom out a little bit. And we need to maybe factor in what's going on with this bigger move up here at 122.94. So I'd probably get rid of all this stuff you have drawn right now. And I would draw it from there first and then see what's up.
Something like this. This would be 1, 2, I guess 3, 4, 5, something like that.
Don't even waste your time drawing that out because you can just do everything just by drawing the extension tool and we'll know what you mean. Just do the 1, 2. Okay, that's not that cool. So that doesn't look very good either.
Yeah, I think I was trying to do it on like a small time frame. It just didn't fucking work either. I was trying like different time frames and stuff. I just couldn't figure it out. Like here, I was like, oh, well,
Sometimes there's just nothing good, man. I mean, because if I'm looking at this move here, zoom out some. I'll take us over to the right. Yeah, I mean, that looks like the 1, 2, but it just, the 3, that could still work, bro. It could still come down there to the 1618. Now it makes sense. Still kind of creeping down there. That could be it.
Yeah, so like my question that I had with like the time frame. So like originally, I think I set one up. I think it was like I think it was the 5-minute, and I was like, all right. So my wave count for this one was kind of similar. So it was like, I did like a 1, 2, 3 kind of thing, like that. But I thought that it would probably bounce somewhere over here, and it didn't line up like at all. So I was like, all right, so something's probably off.
Yeah. I mean, that just makes me think that it's probably even more likely to be the bigger wave 3 that we just drew down that should trade down to that farther 1618.
Right, which was this chart, I think. Something like that.
Oh shit, no, this is different. This bad boy is... This could potentially be a 1-2 up. This thing's big. Okay, scroll out some. Keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling.
As far as I can go on a 15-minute.
Okay, try 65 then. I want to see where the top is. Okay, there's the top. So get rid of everything you drew and try doing a count here and see what makes sense.
So I would say probably something like 1, 2, 3. And it is bouncing on the 618, but it doesn't really come up at all. I mean, definitely not proportionate, at least.
Well, that could have been the wave 5. That could have been the end of the wave 5. And I wish I had my annotate tool. But if you see, it does get a double touch at. Wait, go back over to the right so we can see. Yeah, you can forget about everything to the left of what you've drawn. That's irrelevant now.
Right, it's just this spot right here.
So if you see, it does come down and double touch the 382. That could be the end of your wave 3, and then it goes down and
this
touches
would be the 4,
764, which would make sense.
Which would be the 5. So this would be the 3, the 4, and the 5.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just so hard like that. How do you make a trade when you don't know, like, what it's supposed to do? That's the hard part.
You don't trade until you see something that makes sense. So if this isn't that reliable,
right?
So you just wait until you see something good. So, like, for instance, I didn't do anything with Roku because I was waiting for it to trade down to that level where it coincided. But on Cloudflare here, the only thing that I see that's really clean is if we go to that 15-minute. Where's that what we drew? That.
It was kind of like this one. 1, 2, and then I don't even know. I guess this would be 3, 4, 5, something like that.
This whole thing from like 210 all the way down to 80. Draw a retracement from the bottom of this move to the top. And let's see what it looks like. So we came past the 764, didn't really trade up to that 618. Yeah, man, it's just not that clean. It's just not really hitting any levels really well.
Okay, so I guess I'm not doing anything wrong. It's just a shitty setup.
No, you're not doing anything wrong. You're understanding it right. It's just kind of not that clean and pretty. So for me personally, I would say one of two things is happening, and I wish I had my annotate tool. I would say this move from 76.21 up to like 125-ish is potentially a wave 1, and then where we are now around 95 is maybe getting close to like a wave 2 bottom, and then we'll trade up and make a new wave 3. Or we go to the 65-minute and we say that we're kind of in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this could be a 1-2 up, or it could be a big 2 wave to the downside. I'm starting to think it's probably a 1-2 up, because if there is a way that you could draw this wave count to make sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a way you could draw this wave count. Fucking annotate tool. Why can I not use it? So if you go from like 220 to where you have the 0.5 level drawn right now, and you do an extension up to the wick, the upper wick of where the 382 looks like it is now.
So which one is trace from where? From here?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, do it. No. An extension from the top of the move.
Oh. Okay.
Down to like keep going. Like like up the next level up. Up. Right there. Somewhere in here. Now pull that back to the top of that little thing.
To the top of what?
Wait, what is this thing that you're using right
now?
You think you had it on backwards. So do the extension. Yeah, there you go. Draw from the top of the move down to like 125. Yeah, there. Yeah. Now pull it back up to the top of that pivot.
To the top of what pivot?
Wait, I don't know what you got going on here.
Oh, it's because you got to turn off those other everything between 0 and 1
Oh. Really? Is that still... Is it supposed to look like that? 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. No, I think something's still wrong. The middle one's the one that's supposed to be at the bottom, and then the last one's supposed to be at the No. It has nothing to do with those, dude. This is fucking impossible without the annotate. So it's so hard. Take the middle. Oh, you're okay.
Okay.
Click the back button real fast. Up here, but it's beside replay. There's a little arrow. Nope, right there. Okay, grab this middle circle. Put that down where you have the first circle. I'm sorry, the second circle. The other one. Yeah. Well, I mean, at that level, but then put it right on top. Oh, boy.
All right, let me try that.
So the first click should be there. The second click should be there. And the third click should be there. Now we're talking. No. Up.
Here?
Nope. Nope. Yes.
Here.
Yes. Right there.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay. Does it make sense that everything's so far down still?
No, it doesn't work. So that was the 2.
Maybe am I not supposed to do it from the bottom up?
No.
Oh, no, I guess not.
That's the
1, 2,
retracement.
3. Yeah.
So it looks like 2, 3, 4, 5. That really should have been like the wave 2, and then the 1, 2, 3. It never got a 4. Yeah, it just didn't work. So now I would say we're probably in a 1, 2 up because this wave structure down seems pretty invalidated. So I would feel comfortable taking a long trade around where we are now with a stop below the low. Because it looks like we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so this would be like the 2, somewhere in there.
Yeah, but see, how do I line up like this? No.
You just kind of you could grab the retracement tool. Give us some. Grab the scaler and make it bigger. Yeah, now zoom in a little bit. So you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up there, right?
Right, so we're talking like 1, 2, I guess 3, 4, 5.
Something like that. Good enough for me. So take the retracement tool. Go from the top to the bottom. Okay. So we're now at like this 382 level. 1, 2, 3. You could easily buy some here with a stop below, and this will be your 1, 2, and play it up to the 1, 6, 1, 8. Or you could just wait for something clear to happen and short it once it does get up there. Sometimes that's what I like to do.
Yeah, right. But I'm confused. So this whole thing completed a wave 5 already then, right? So where's the 1, 2 over here then?
What do you mean?
You said do a 1, 2 play it up.
Yeah, we're in the 2 right now. Potentially we're in the 2 because the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up is a 1.
Oh, is all the 1.
Yeah.
This is the 2.
Gotcha. Exactly.
Right. So now we don't know where the 2 is really supposed to come down to, but
well, any one of these levels would be fine. It's at the 382 right now. So this is one particular, like for me, dude, I'll try to buy it as low as I possibly can to like 77. Yeah, more like 78 because it could. Oftentimes these 1, 2s after big moves down, they retrace pretty deep, and it almost looks like a double bottom. But I mean, it looks exactly like a double bottom. So I'll try to get them in there pretty low. If it doesn't bounce immediately somewhere around where it is now, so you could do this one of 2 ways. Fucking annotate tool. You could play a breakout above where we are now. This is the consolidation level, right? So you could play a breakout above that with a stop below.
Right. Like I almost wonder, like I kind of almost like Martin's strategy where you kind of like, and this is kind of shitty, but something like that.
Yeah,
where
that
this would be like the 2 and then you would play to break out of it. Maybe.
I would take it because it's consolidating like this in this tight little pattern. I would take the breakout of this, and then you're already profitable by the top of the trend line, and you can trail if you need to.
Gotcha.
That's just how I would do it. It really and then there's another option. If it does pop lower and give you a wick, get in on that wick. Like if it pops lower and then it closes as like a hammer, get in on that, and that's probably the bottom of your wave 2, and you can ride it up for a wave 3. Those are the 2 things I'd be looking for in this location.
Then the wave 3, it can't go to the 1618 then because it's too close. It would have to go.
No, that's the 618. That is very different than the 1618.
Oh, because there's a retracement.
Hmm.
I gotcha.
So if you're going to do that, if you're going to say, okay, the bottom is in, you would have to wait. If that hammer comes in, you want to play the hammer, you'd have to wait until it comes in. Then you would draw the extension from over here where you have it now, but the low would be where the bottom of that hammer is, and then you would target the 1618 above it.
Gotcha. So no matter, so if this is the bottom, let's say this is the bottom here, and I want to play it up, right? I want to play the break out of this pattern. What I would do is I would just draw an extension with the 1, 2, 3 like that, and then I would get all my lines to know where I'm going to play it up to the 618, basically.
Yeah.
So like something like. So I'd basically just do this.
Nope. That would be if you're taking the move down. You're not, right? You're going long.
So I would have to do from.
Nope.
How would I do it then?
Remember, we're extending this move. Where's the move start? Where does the move start? No, that's a down move. We're going long, right? I'm sorry. Are you going long or short?
You know what? Now I confuse myself. Actually, I feel like. See, I feel like we should be going short though. No, wouldn't this be like a 1, 2, 3? I don't know. No, I don't even know.
If that is the 1, 2, 3 is short, we already missed it.
Right.
But this looks more to me like a 1, 2.
Saying this whole thing's 1, 2. I got you.
Yeah, because remember, we have a 5 count in that
here.
1.
So it would be from here to here to here, then basically.
Exactly.
So then our target would be up here then.
That's correct. But now, if you remember, this is something to keep an eye out for. Every time we're at a little level like this, because if you do your retracement, we're at like the 382, right?
Mm-hmm.
So do that again, just so you can get in the habit of doing it.
So the retracement is going to be from here. No, would it be from here? No,
you're perfect, right there.
Yeah.
Yep. Nope.
Down to the.
Nope. What was the move already? So you're trying to. We're not plotting. When you do the extension, you're plotting the future. When you're doing the retracement, you're looking at the past, and technically you're looking at the past to consider the future on both of them. But the retracement is the move that already happened.
So like this.
No, other way.
From
Remember,
here
if
down.
this is our move up, right? Then we're pulling back into that would be a retracement, right?
Okay.
Yes, that's it.
So from here down to this.
Mm-hmm. So we're at that 382 level right now, and we're consolidating like this. Now, if you remember from yesterday, when we consolidate right around a level like that, I love to see a pop below or above if it's consolidating, say if it's consolidating at another level where it should go higher. I love to see one pop, a trap, and then get in. So if we're consolidating at this 382 right here, I wouldn't take it up off the bottom of the 382. I would wait for it to either break above, like you said, or I'd wait for it to break below and then make a wick and then get in on the way.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, sometimes it's just so confusing sometimes to say like, okay, like this is a 1-2, but like, what size? You know.
Well,
Right.
that is the size. If that's the 1-2, you don't worry about anything.
Right.
Once you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and it starts pulling back, you have that, right? You have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now it's pulling back. So your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is your 1, and the pullback is your 2. That's it.
Right.
Same thing if it's going up or down. Same thing.
It's just technically, how do you know this is a 1 now? Like
You don't. Don't
You
know
don't
that
know.
yet. Well, I mean, beside the fact that it has a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up, that's how you know it's a 1. Because a
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 completes a bigger 1. So inside of
Can it also
inside of a 1 like this, you should have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which you do. So this is a 1. Right now it's
but would
pulling
you
back. That's the 2.
would you also have that for a wave 2 if it was pulling back?
Not
Would you
always.
also have
It's
like
not.
one?
It's not always. Sometimes, but I don't care necessarily. No, actually, it's not that common. Sometimes, yes, especially if it's on a bigger time scale, but more and often than not, for the retracement, it on this scale, like if you go into a 1 minute chart, yeah, there's probably or a 15 or whatever, a smaller time frame, there is probably a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down in this too. But right now, I don't. If I'm drawing the 1, 2 on this time frame, I don't expect a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down in the 2. If I were to zoom in, I could probably find one, but no. I just am playing the retracement levels, which are like 0.5, 382, 618, 764. So I'm waiting for it to interact with those levels. So like
And
you
the
could have
two can
tried it
also,
off the 618 up here, you would have made a little bit of money, and then you would have trailed your stop, and then it would have gone lower, would have traded right through the 0.5, so you wouldn't have touched that. And then now it's at the 382, and you're seeing what's going to happen.
and I was just going to say that the two can also just be like an ABC. So it's like impulse wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up for a 1, 3, and 5, and then the corrective wave after it can just be an ABC.
Yeah, so like a 3 points of contact thing. Yeah, I mean, I don't really look for it like that. I just kind of play the fib levels and look for a candle. So
Yeah.
I try not to. It might be to my detriment, I don't know, but I try not to think about it that way. I just try to say, okay, I don't know how many times it's going to touch. I don't know if it's going to be a 3 point. I don't know. All I know is that once it holds a level with a wick, that level should hold, and then it should play in between these levels. It should trade back and forth between them until it breaks out of one or the other. So for me, if it's a wave 2 up, I'm trying to buy it as low as I can. So in this particular case, the first chance to buy it would have been at the 618. Because, well, you mean you could have got to 764, but it looks like it traded right through that. But the first level it like stopped at was the 618. If you'd have tried it there, you would have made, I don't know, an R or two, and then played it up to the top of that trend line. Now you notice the trend line's there, then it starts to trade back down. Now it hits this trend line again down at the 382, and that's some pretty good confluence there. So the fact that this is a 1-2 should go higher. This is a good RR spot because you have this trend line. You're at the 382. It really shouldn't go a whole lot lower. Like I said, dude, if this thing gives me a wick down through the bottom of this trend line, then gets bought up, get in. Just get in on that wick and play it up. This should be the wave 3. Start of the wave 3. That's how I would play it.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's how I would play it. But do you follow? Do you see why? Do you see now? Can I explain to you like why I see this as a what? The fact that this count down over here is kind of like fucking ugly, and I don't think it's gonna go like a whole. Like I don't think that it's gonna. So if this right now, if this move up was a, we would have this whole move down from like 220 to 76 would have to be the wave 1, right? And then now we would be putting in a wave 2. If this down move is going to be valid, draw an extension from up here at 225 down here to 270, wherever they're at. Okay, there. Now back up to the high of this pullback. Okay, and you can turn those levels back on if you like them. Because now I'm still can hear it. I think I have them on. This kind of looks weird without them. So you can do that if you want. So now I zoom out. And I'm saying, okay, this needs to trade down to the 1618. So that's negative $120. That's not going to fucking happen. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I didn't even see that until now. Yeah, it's not going to trade down to 120 fucking negative $120. So the chances are pretty good that we're in a fucking 1-2 to the upside. Now, I'm pretty much sold on that's what's going to happen. This is actually a great buy spot. This is a great trade. I'd be looking for, like I said, a wick down through that trend line. Keep an eye on this one. This is gonna be a good trade. This has a lot of upside potential. It might take a fucking while, but this is looking good on a 65-minute chart. It's gonna be a nice.
All right, so this would be. So this is all the 1. This is the 2.
You could even draw it. I would maybe even fucking dude. I feel like somebody cut my arms off. I'm trying to fucking teach them what to do with just my forehead. You could even
see. I would never even. I would never even know. I would never even have thought about this honestly, because I would have just been like, "Oh, here's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it." And then I probably would have just thought if this is like a wave 5 heading down. Honestly, I probably would have just been like 1, 2. I don't know, 3, 4, and then 5 coming down here or something. That's probably how I.
Maybe it does. If it does, now you have 2 things telling you that's perfect. But I started to when I used to think that too, and I was always like I would get in up here like on this pullback, and I'd try to hold it all the way to the 1618 after a 1-2 like after a 1 up, I would try to short and hold it down for a 5 wave down on the pullback to make the wave 2. And it just never got there. And I was eventually like, what the fuck? Like, why isn't it doing that? And then I was like, okay, let me start with the retracement things. And I started playing the retracement levels, and they work a million times better. I do not anymore look for the wave 5 down after a wave. Yeah, like a 5 wave structure down after a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up. Does that make sense? I don't look for that anymore. I just play the retracement level. And right now we're at a retracement level inside of this trend line. I would probably actually grab this trend line on the top, and I would grab it up to this other part. I would just extend it some. Maybe. Yeah, something like. Yeah, now grab the bottom part and kind of make those jive a little bit. Something like this makes sense. So if you get a wick down through this trend line, bro. Like that's starting to look pretty nice. Like this 382 pops one more time to the downside, gets bought up, makes a hammer. That's a good trade. Because it'll poke right down through that trend line. That's a good trade.
Right. It's just how do you know that this is a 1 and a 2 and not a 5 count up and then a 5 count down? Like instead, like 2 separate things. You know what I mean?
I guess you really don't. I mean, you just don't. If it shapes itself up that way and it looks super cool, then I mean, dude, you might be able to get a 5 wave countdown out of this thing. I mean, let's try some. Play with it a little bit.
I just don't know if I'm looking at it on a big enough scale or not. I don't know.
Try drawing some counts, some extensions. Let's see what we get. Okay, I mean, maybe. 1, 2.
1, 2. And the 3 would come down here. Yes.
Maybe. Right. Or this is the 3. And let's see. Or this is the 3 and it's at the 1. So let's go 1, 6, 1, 8. 1, 2, 3 levels down. So let's go to the 2. 1, 2, 3 levels down would be the 3, 8, 2. And that's perfect. That coincides perfectly with our hammer through the trend line. Does that make sense?
What hammer?
We don't have it yet. It doesn't exist. The one we're waiting for.
So you're saying this would be like the 1, 2. This would come down to here as a 3.
Nope. Too far. I'm saying it's already there.
Oh.
I'm saying the 3 is
in.
in.
You said this is the 3. The 3's in. So then it would come up to maybe like here somewhere. We have to do it. I guess it would do a retracement.
It wouldn't need to. It could. If it just goes lower, then this is the 4. It could just work like that sometimes. But what I'm saying is, from a levels perspective, is if we have a count here that could work, that there's confluence with. We have a count here that if it's possible, it could finish at the 1382, and that would be perfect with the rest of our thesis. If we get that hammer. That's what I'm saying to you, is that we can find a setup that would technically
Right.
be fine from a fibs perspective. So yeah, that could
That would
be.
be the 5 down here.
I can see it in my head. This breaks below this consolidation, makes a hammer, and then we get in, and it just goes higher. Like I can see it. It makes sense. This trade structurally makes perfect sense.
So you're saying it trades down, forms a hammer, and then rips higher?
Yep.
So that would be 1, 2. That would be 3. So that would be the 4 then. If it
No,
rips
this
higher,
is.
no?
I'm saying that we're
This is the
potentially
4?
in the 4 right now.
Right. So then the 5 should go lower.
Yeah, exactly. Which would make our hammer.
Okay.
The bottom of our hammer would be the end of the 5.
Okay. Oh, and then it would start with the 1. The 1 would start with the bottom of the hammer.
Yes. On a
Gotcha.
smaller time frame, though, it would be you would see a 1. The hammer would make a 1-2 on a smaller time frame. But for this time frame, it would be it would be perfect for that to trade down to the 1-3-8-2, make a hammer, that would be the wick, and then it closes somewhere inside the trend line, and then you get in and just ride it higher, and then that's the end of the 1-2 on the larger time frame, and we start the 3. But do you see how if you can adjust the count to make it make sense? So if our thesis is that we're in a consolidation zone right now and we're in a 2, it should pop down below this trend line, make a hammer, and get bought up. And I can create a count that backs that up where I'm like the count you have drawn where I'm like 1, 2, okay, we're in the 3, we hit the 3, now we're making a 4. If I count back from 1-6-1-8, 1, 2, 3 levels behind the 6-1-8, I can go to the 2, 1, 2, 3 levels back is the 3-8-2, the 1-3-8-2, and that coincides perfectly with my thesis about this hammer through the trend line. That's good enough for me.
Gotcha. Because then the 1 of this would coincide with the 3 of the larger wave.
Correct.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I think I get thrown off when it doesn't come to the levels that we're expecting it to. I think that's where I get screwed up. Like here, I was expecting it to come down to 618, but if it doesn't, you know.
Yeah, me too, Hoff. That's where I start second guessing myself.
Yeah, that's where I get confused, I think.
You just have to be able to adjust. So first thing first is, like, don't get necessarily caught up on the 618. Like, that's where it should go. But if I have this trend line here,
right,
it still could. I mean, it still could go down there. It definitely could. But, like, if it does that, like, because I still have to keep my retracement in mind, right? So I have to do my retracement of this up move. And I have to see how deep should this 2-wave pull back. And we're kind of already at that 382 level. If you do the retracement again. Nope. From the top, remember we're measuring the up move, yep. Down to the bottom of the 1. Nope, to the 1.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So we're kind of at that 382 level where it shouldn't go a ton lower.
Mm-hmm.
And if it does go lower, it should make a wick. So you have to keep that in mind. If it comes all the way down to the 1-6-1-8, it could. And that's a great buy down there. But make that you can do that the second time. If this fails and you get stopped out, okay, try it again down to 618, the 1-6-1-8.
Right.
But right now,
is the
if this thing gives you
382
the
like
hammer, that's what you want.
Is this like the last line of defense, the 382, before you say like it's really not valid anymore? Because there's nothing
the
underneath
last
it.
line of defense is the low of the wave 1.
Okay. So after 382, you would be just setting up for this over here?
It still could potentially be just a deep wave 2. Yeah, it could be. Unless it shouldn't, but it can't go below there. It has to make a higher low than 76, 76. It has to. It can be by a few pennies. It can be by $1, but as long as it makes a higher low, it could still be a wave 2.
Okay.
But
all right,
when we have all this other stuff, like this trend line, this 382 level we're at, you know, there's no reason not to try it if it does what we ask it to, which is trade lower, break through this consolidation, and make a trap. Because that trap will
Right.
be powerful, and then they'll get fucked all the way up to the top of the wave 3. So if you have all this other stuff, try that. And if it fails, if you get a hammer and you get in on it and it fails, then you can be like, okay, now I'm gonna wait for it to trade down to that 1618 level and maybe try a bounce there, or the 2 level and try a bounce there, because you're giving yourself a chance to play a good setup. That's a good setup, a good trade that makes sense. And if it fails, you have another 2 chances right below it. And if even one of them works, it's like a fucking 10-hour trade.
Right.
So there's no point not to take chances on.
So now, at what point would you go to a 1 minute chart to actually trade? I know you don't actually make the trades on the 65, right? So basically, you're waiting. So like, if you get like a hammer on the 65, you'd say like, all right, I got to get in. You switch to a 1 minute and try to get in that way.
No. So for me, I am drawing a line, like a horizontal ray down here. Yeah, like somewhere in there. Lower.
Like
Nope.
lower.
Somewhere in there. Somewhere where I think that wick of that hammer might go. So somewhere in there. Maybe a little higher. Somewhere in there. Maybe a little lower. Yeah, somewhere in, but split the difference between the 2 lines you have drawn. Somewhere like that, maybe. A little higher. Whatever. Somewhere in there. So now I'd go into the 1 minute chart. And I'd see what's going on in here. Okay, so now let's see what we have. Zoom out some still. Zooming out, let's see what we can find. Try the 15. Try to go to the 15. Oh no, I saw it. Okay, this could be the end of the wave 5. Yeah, so it makes a lot of sense for this to trade lower and get bought up right where our little fucking line that we drew is. So I'm waiting for that hammer to come in. Once the hammer comes in, I'm gonna go into the 1 minute and then play that. So if my imaginary hammer doesn't get made, then I'm not gonna probably even do anything. I want that imaginary hammer. I want it to become real. And if it becomes real, then I'll zoom in and see what it looks like when it's made up of 1 minute candles. There's probably a structure there that I can play. But
Okay.
I'm not really doing anything until I get that.
Right. But technically, you could just play it on this 15-minute chart too, right? You could just play like the break above the hammer or something like that, and then just it would be more or less the same shit, just a bigger time frame.
Dude, this looks really good, man. You can draw to get rid of this retracement you did. Now draw yourself a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down extension from this high.
From this high here?
Yeah.
1,
2. I don't know, bro. It looks kind of good. Maybe you're right. Maybe the 1618 does get hit. 1, 2, 3.
Maybe something like that. It hits it
No,
here.
dude, I don't know. I think we're pretty close, man. One more push down, dude. One more push down, dude. I think we're close. I think what we have drawn here. Well, it depends on what time of the day it is. If it's like 2:30, this isn't gonna happen. Yeah, it's 3. This isn't gonna happen. It's 3 o'clock. That sucks. If this were in the morning, that would happen. But it's
Right.
the market's about to close.
Tomorrow.
Nothing's gonna happen. Yeah, so I don't know. That's annoying too. Is when this is pretty and it looks good, but tomorrow it'll be fucking useless. I guarantee it, because the gaps will fuck everything up. So
And that's why you like futures.
part of it. I mean, shit happens in futures too, but like, there's less factors to worry about with futures. Because like, if I'm trading a 1 minute chart on futures, my fucking fingers are on the pulse of the market. Whereas if I'm trading some cloud, like, I don't know, maybe their fucking CEO just had a goddamn heart attack or some shit, and all this weird stuff happens, and then, you know, then you have to think about relative strength versus the market and all this other shit. So for me, But it doesn't matter because a fib is a fib is a fib is a fib. So what we just drew makes perfect sense. Structure on any fucking chart, on any time frame, and on any chart. That's a great setup. And this looks really good. And dude, maybe we sell off into close, and that gives us the bottom of that 5, and then we have a 1-2, and we gap up tomorrow, and we just miss the 1-2 up, and it gaps up, and we gap up to like fucking 103 or some shit tomorrow. So we say we trade down into like 90s. Get bought up into close like on the last 2 candles or something like that, and then overnight we gap up to 103 and we never had a chance to get in. That could happen too. In fact, I'm now curious to see what happens. That something like that makes a lot of sense.
Right. Now, but like technically, if I want to do like day trades, right? Like on the 65-minute, 15-minute, sometimes it's really hard because by the time these things form, the day's over. Like, can't I technically just go to like a 3-minute and just look for some kind of 5 thing to do like a little scalp play, kind of like a. Like, do I have to go to a bigger time frame? Can I just look at a 3-minute and try to find a structure and play it?
I wouldn't. I mean, I'd like to know where I am. I need a bias. Where's my edge if I don't have a bias? Am I short or long? Remember, the trend is your friend. And the trend is your friend. It's a very... So, like, if I'm in a 1-2 up right now, I'm bullish. My trend, I'm bullish. So I'm not going to short. Could I make some money shorting off the top of this trend line down into that level we just talked about? Yeah, but why do that? My bias is long. I have a great plan long, so why not just wait? I don't need to scalp around. I have done great analysis on this chart. And if it gives me what I asked for, which it does often, and gives me that hammer, what the fuck, dude? Like today, I took 4 or 5 trades. And I waited until noon because I didn't see anything I liked. And then all of a sudden I saw a lot of shit that I liked. And I made like fucking 9R within like a half an hour because I just waited for the levels instead of trying to scalp around all morning, which I've done last month and the month before that. And fucking end up losing like 4R and then break even for the day.
But how did you end up doing it? So you ended up having those levels on a 65-minute chart and they just happened to be kind of near there when you went on today?
Let's go look. I don't even really remember. Let me go check it out.
Well, that's what, yeah, because I thought you were maybe just going on to like a 1-minute chart and you're like, oh, I see a 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm going to play it down. Or I see a 1, 2, I'm going to play the 3 down.
Holy fuck, Cowboy Cerrone. Look at this goddamn move. Oh, this was nice. 1, 2, there's your 1, 2. There it goes. So I would anticipate one more pop up here.
So we're just anticipating it to like the 1764 though, right? Approximately, maybe a little bit faster.
No, like I'm saying it could make another wick up into here, trap, and then come here and then trade down to like here-ish. So like this looks like a 1-2. This is the 3. Or maybe this is the 3 and this is the 5. 1, 2, 3, 6, 1, 2, 1, 2. That makes sense too. This could be the 5. This could be the end of the 5 and we missed it. Yeah, it looks like what it is. See that 1, 2, 3 here. And then 5 here. Or this is the 3.
Right, but now you're looking to trade it bullish on a 1-minute. But really, if you go to a 65-minute,
I haven't made up my mind what I'm gonna do yet. Right now, I'm just seeing if I can find a structure that makes sense. I don't know if I'm gonna trade this at all. Right now, it doesn't look like something I'm gonna want to trade. I might take some long down here at the 1618 because that would make sense based on what this move looks like. 1, 2, 3. Down into like. And this just comes with practice, guys. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. Like, when I see a wave 1 up this big, I just expect it to pull down into, like, here. So I'll be looking at the 618 or the 0.5. Probably the 618. That looks a little bit better to me.
Right. But you're not looking at, like, a bigger time frame right now, though, to see, like, where you are with it?
No, because this is such an obvious structure to me that basically it tells me that everything else is null and void. Because this is so obvious. Now, when we were like here, if I just get to the chart right now, and I'm looking at the chart right now, and I just got to my computer, and I'm just looking at it now, I'm saying, okay, there's some kind of pullback wave. That's the first thing I think. The first thing I think is we're doing this. Now, 2 seconds later, I can already see, okay, no, maybe we're doing this because I see like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're probably doing this, not this. So if we're probably so if this wave 5 ends, I'm like, okay, this is looking like maybe I missed the 1, 2 here. So let me run a fib and see what happens. So if maybe this was the 1, 2. If this was the 1, 2, then we should trade up to here. 1, 6, 1, 8, which looks like we did. So maybe this was actually the 1, 2, 3. So this actually looks like the 1, 2, 3.
Right. And then we're in a wave 4.
Oh, sorry, dude. Sorry. My YouTube video just started playing. I heard Justin talk, and I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Hold on. Let me get back to the meeting. Sorry, dude. Wait, you can see my screen, right? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this now looks...
Right now, I would think 4.
This was the 4, yeah. So, no, I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is the 4.
Right. We should be looking for the 5, probably now.
So we're down at that 0.5 level right now. We're starting to get some wicks.
Right.
I'm going to take... If I see this, let me see what's next candle is. Okay, I'm getting a little nervous here. Yeah, I honestly, I probably would have taken it like this. I would have maybe saw how the candle was like forming. It's very possible I could have taken it like this though, and been stopped out. It's very possible. But I do like to see these levels get punctured, so I might have actually played it like this. And then I might have actually done this because I have these wicks to protect it. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, yeah, we get that nice big wave 3 up. Okay, yeah. But that doesn't always happen, dude. But when it does, whee!
Crazy.
But do you see how I got that? Do you see what my progression was? So let's go back to the beginning. So
see, like this makes more sense to me than looking at a bigger time frame now. Like, because I could see I can see that, but I have no idea where we are in 65 minutes. But I see where it is short time.
I mean, dude, if you can find something clean, like, I mean, that was my progression. I was like, okay. Because remember, when we got to the computer here, I was like, okay, this was the 1, 2, we're in a 3, 4, 5. I guess it just depends when I get to the fucking screen and what I can see. Because if I would have got to the screen, like I said, here, my first impulse, the first thing I see is this. Okay? So now I see this. I'm like, my next logical progression is this correct? In order for this to be correct, it's gonna have to go. In order for this to be correct, price is gonna have to go all the way down here, 41, 42. Do I see that happening today?
No,
I do not. Okay, so I've pretty much. That's right now. That is the least likely scenario.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, that's not going to happen. After a wave 5 structure, we usually get a 1, 2 up, and the low should be pretty close to being in because I don't think it's going to go any. I don't think that we're going to get a new wave, so it's not going to go any lower than this. So now let me see what I have. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't even run the fib because I don't really give a fuck. It looks like I can see that this makes sense structurally. I mean, let's run the fibs just to see what they were, but I don't really even care. 2. Yeah, I mean, honestly, let's see. This trades to like the 1-ish. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, close enough. Good enough for me. It's close enough. It's close enough. Now, it wouldn't be close enough for me to just go long down here blindly. But the fact that this makes sense structurally, the proportions are right, and then I see this 1, 2, and we're making new highs, and this hammer's getting taken out. I'm thinking, okay, this is just a new 1, 2. We're not going to go any lower. So I'm going to try and buy it. So now I'm thinking it's this. Now I'm thinking we're doing something like this. And I'm going to try and take it up into here. Because that move isn't unreasonable. Let's draw this.
Yeah, so you just look at like such a bigger picture than I do. I'm looking at like that whole move up. I'm looking at like that's 1, 2, 3 already, and that's all just your wave 1.
Oh wait, this stuff.
Yeah. So like your whole wave 1 like that. I already counted 3. 1, 2, 3.
I mean, bro, we have like 5 in here. 1, 2,
At
3,
least,
4,
yeah.
5. So I'm just looking at this and saying, okay, like this thing's in the top should be in for now. So this is my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now I should get some kind of pullback down into it. So like I should come, and it just from, like if this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it should trade just by the size. It should trade somewhere down into here, and then it should go higher. That's an S curve, right? It should just do something like this. So I use my fib levels to be like, okay, well I'm eyeballing it, and I say it should come somewhere down here. But now these fib levels tell me this is the 0.5, this is the 618, this is the 382. So I can eyeball it on my own. Just from trading, I know that we should get some kind of pullback down into here. There's like this little pivot here. We should get some kind of pullback down into here and go higher. I know that just from trading. So now let me pull out my little magnifying glass and tell me where those levels are. Because I know I should get something like this. But where are the actual levels? Let me just take it to another level of granularity. Okay, here's my 618, here's my 0.5. I think we should trade down somewhere in here, so I'm going to look for a candle when we get down here. Okay, it's that simple. Now, okay, here it comes. It's working just like I thought. There's a great hammer. Like I said, I'm probably playing this hammer and getting stopped out because that hammer looks good to me. Yeah, honestly, I might just play this. And that looks... And I think I get stopped out here, but let's see. It's a pretty big move. So it's a little, yeah. And this just comes with experience too. When I see that it's this far away, I'm like, I don't see that. I see it like up here somewhere maybe. So that would mean if and this is just, it just comes from experience. I see it like somewhere in here. So my pullback needs to be a little bit deeper than this. Something like this makes more sense. Right. But fuck it, let's just play it the way it is. So if I'm saying, okay, this is the bottom. Great hammer off the 0.5 retracement. Maybe I'll play it something like this. I'll give it a chance to make another little hammer, and I'll play it up into like, even here. Okay, I'm filled. Okay. I got stopped out. I'm thinking it's gonna go lower. And then it rips and I miss the whole fucking move. It happens, dude. It happens. Could you have done this though? Look at this. Remember we talked about this the other day? Could you have set up an entry here at the 0.5 and set a stop below the 382? And then set your target up here? Yep. And look, you would have still been in. You wouldn't have got stopped. Can you still hear me? I think my AirPods died.
We can hear you.
No, I can.
So, yeah, you could have played it either one of those ways. So you could say, okay, And technically, dude, this is trading between the levels. More often than not, what I really do like to do is see a puncture through a level. I really do like puncturing the level. And like, this is kind of like it touched. You could probably, yeah, like a puncture of a level for me, I like those a little bit more. So yeah, those are two ways you could have played it. One way you could have got stopped out and missed the entire move. The other one, you would have made it. You know, there's a bunch of different ways you could have played this, but yeah. But now, so like now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 3.
Holy shit. Good call.
So yeah, like we said, this is the 2, 3, 6. So it could have been 1, 2, 1, 2.
Oh, I
Kinda
just missed
close,
the
we would've
1
missed
6.
it though. So like, if it trades to the
Yeah,
2,
but
6,
close.
2 for the wave 3 right here, we would anticipate 1, 2, 1, 2, the 6, 1, 8 to be touched, and it didn't hit it. So I would have definitely missed this one if I were waiting to trade it up here at the 6, 1, 8. I would have definitely missed it because I needed to see a puncture after this inverse hammer. I would have needed to see a puncture. But this could easily be the wave 3, and this is the wave 4. So this would be actually a pretty good place to buy if you're trying to play that wave 4. Something like this. Martin loves these. Plus it's at VWAP, so it should hold this.
For some reason, I can't see your screen. It's like black. I got your screen back. Say it again.
Right. Something like that looks kind of good.
Sorry, I lost you. Those,
Something like that could work.
Martin.
You got the CMA creeping up.
Can you hear me, Lance?
I can hear you. You're cutting in and out.
I mean, guys,
though.
you'll get the feel for it. I mean, it's like, is this right on the 618? No. But like when I get this consolidation, I expect that little pop hammer, and then it's gonna fucking fly. But it's too late in the day, so it's not gonna work. But if it were like fucking 10:30 in the morning, and I got these consolidation candles, and it was consolidating right here, and this didn't just have, like, imagine they're just little tiny little candles right here, and that fucking thing pops down and gets bought with a wick every fucking time. Moonshot every fucking time. It works so often. If you get that one more little pop below this consolidation level and makes a hammer, it just almost every time. So that's what I'd be looking for. So if it's not perfectly at the 618, I don't give a fuck. If I get that hammer I'm looking for, I'm gonna go.
Yeah, this is the only one I
It just
nailed.
takes a little bit of practice.
today.
You get the feel for it.
This
Hey,
is
Lance,
the one
can we-
I was just saying, this is the one I was asking you
Oh
about.
shit, I can't hear you. Sorry, hold on. Just a sec.
Hello? Does that work?
Test. Okay, I'm capturing your output. I just don't hear you. Let's see.
It don't matter. It's okay.
Okay, try now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying this is the trade is the only one I nailed today, and I was starting to talk to you while we were waiting for Hoff to connect with his iPhone, and so it's the only one that I got right, and I mapped it out while we were talking, but it's the only trade I didn't take. It would have finally worked.
Oh,
I'd
this
been
one that
patient
we're in
today.
right now?
Yeah,
Oh, this one you mean?
yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
was
Because
fucking
I'd
huge.
mapped out that 1-2 when it started going up there at like 115 when we first started talking. But I didn't take any trades because I was just listening to everything y'all have been saying.
Oh,
you know,
mean like right here?
yeah.
Oh yeah, bro. These are so fucking sweet. These are so sweet. Like when you get that, oh, it's so nice. These
Yeah,
are so
it's
nice.
like,
And after this huge move down, you know that you should get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, like a big 3. These are I love these. And VWAPs all the way up here. That's so nice,
yep.
dude. So nice. Oh, yeah, we were talking about what fucking trades I took today. I don't even remember. Where the fuck were they? Like, they were down here. Yeah, there was one here. Yeah, okay. I thought this was going to be the one, too. So I took...
When you're done, would you mind if I share my screen for a minute to say something, just to show you something I'm looking at on block to see what you think of it?
Definitely. So I thought this was going to be the 1, 2 down here because I had like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ish. I could make a case for it here. So I was like, okay. I think I was late to the party a little bit. Then I saw this and that. Yeah, I think I got in on this. I got in. And then I added here.
Yeah, see, I got in right on that hammer.
And then technically, so now this is no longer the 2, so I had to run a new fib. So once it broke higher, I was like, okay, this is the 2.
All right, I got like 5 minutes because they're about to lock me in the building.
Oh shit! Yeah, I took everything.
They're like, "Oh, you're still here? Who's gonna lock the door?" I was like, "Yeah,
yeah, I'm working hard, man."
Yeah.
Okay, dude, why don't you share your screen real fast?
All right. All right, so this is what I was looking at. So I saw like this whole move down kind of thing. I said, all right, so this is probably the start of a wave 1, 2. I'll just hide all this shit so it's easy to see. So I was thinking like, this could be like my 1, 2, 3, something like that. Right? And then with my retracement, you could look at like this down to the start of the move. So basically what I was looking at was trying to play this. Actually, that's where I have my practice limit order. It was right here, the 382, which it looks like it's bouncing right off of. And I was going to play it to the 1618 up here. So what would you think about something like that?
That makes sense. I would actually count it like, let's fucking annotate. I would actually count this is the end of a wave 5. We're in a wave 2 right now. So then we're going to be starting a new wave 3 up, like a big one.
Right. So this would be like confluence over here, kind of, that this would be.
Yeah, that looks good. The only shitty part is it's fucking 3:38. You're not going to hold this overnight on a 3-minute chart, so.
Yeah.
It's just not
but
yeah, that looks good.
All right. Like to see if I'm getting it.
100%, dude. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, you're buying in a good place. Your stop's in a good place. You have the right idea. Yeah, it'll actually go a lot higher. Your target should be like way higher if it does work. But what I always like to do is I'll trim some at the new high, and then I'll let the rest run. See if it's going to actually put the move in or if it's just going to double top.
Right. Well, here's like the 1618. So shouldn't that be like my initial target pretty much? Something like around here?
No, I think that structure is done. I think that the wave 5 was in, and now this is now a wave 1, and now we're in a wave 2.
Right. So this is so you're measuring out the bigger move. I'm measuring the small move.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was doing like a 1, 2. Actually, what the fuck was I doing? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this would be my 5.
It could absolutely be that too, man. It's hard to say. It could definitely be that. Could definitely be that.
Right.
The good thing is
But
either
either
way, it should
way,
go up.
You
It's
go
just
up
a matter
either
of where
way.
you take your
Right.
profits.
Right. So it would be, if it's a wave 5, it probably ends somewhere here. If it's really gonna be like a wave 3, then it'd probably be like up here maybe. But
And you'll know because you'll have a chance once it gets up there. You'll see how it reacts at the levels. You'll be able to take profits or let it run, or because you'll see what the candles are doing.
mm-hmm.
But if you are holding it, careful. They've got earnings in like 2 days.
Yeah, no, I'm not going in. Honestly, I don't think I'm going to take a real trade this whole week. I think I'm just going to practice to see, like, if I could start seeing that I'm getting it and it's making sense and stuff, then I'll start next week. But
Nice, bro.
Good plan. I just keep getting chopped up.
Yeah, I just don't. I'm too uncomfortable with it right now to put money on the line.
That's awesome, dude. That's exactly how you should feel.
Yeah.
Maybe paper trade on TOS.
Yeah, this was helpful because I was trying to do it by myself before, just to kind of see. Because when you're doing it, I'm watching the screen, it's like, oh, I kind of get it. But then, when I'm on my own, it's not as easy. So I kind of was like, you know what? Like last night, I was like, oh, this is kind of making sense. But I also, because you guys were the ones controlling the screen, that's why I was like, I think draw it and have you watch me, because I feel like I'm gonna screw it up otherwise.
Dude, yeah, that's what we're here. I mean, that's what we're here for, bro. Like, it's gonna take you calibrating your eye, seeing what you see, and then being critiqued instead of, because dude, it's the same thing. Like when you watch YouTube videos and you see people like doing, you're like, oh, I get it, and then you try to do it and you're like, wait, the fuck, and it just doesn't work. So yeah, that's why it's so cool to be able to talk and go through these and share each other's screens, and that's what we're here for, bro. So yeah, we'll just keep working at it the rest of the week, next week, and everything. And I think Justin, you nailed that one too, bro. You hit one of those a week. Fuck it, you're done. So
I should have, but well, we'll get the one tomorrow.
The thing is, though, I used to feel sick to my stomach when I miss a trade like that, because I'm like, I don't know the next time I'm gonna see something like that. Bibs, bro. It's like twice a day, at least every day. You get something gorgeous like that on a 1 minute chart, anyhow. So like, it just doesn't even matter. It's made me so much more patient.
It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me because when people are like, "Oh, you missed this trade or that," it's like, man, you missed 1 million other opportunities already today. Like, it is what it is. You can't catch them all, and it just sucks when like you're watching one and you're like, I'm gonna let this one go, and it's like, man, this would have replaced everything I screwed up today.
Yeah, well, bro,
but whatever.
That's the thing, dude.
I gotta just be really patient.
Yeah,
I think I'll be all right.
Dude, if you only take those really good trades and you only wait for those really good ones, then even if you're wrong, whatever. But if you're right, it was a really good setup.
Yeah.
Like, you were patient, you waited for the level, and you took one that looked great.
At times, if my next one's going to be a 6-hour trade or something, because then I'm still good for the week, So like that.
Yeah, dude, I know. Yeah, don't. That's tough. Don't get yourself in there. We've all done it, but.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Well, thank you again, Lance and Hoff. Good to see y'all.
Yeah, thank you, Lance.
For sure, guys. I'll post this
sorry, I
video
got to cut out because they're going to lock me out in a minute.
I don't know if this one should be the part 4, because I think this was more of like a review. So maybe I'll just post this one as like a review thing, and then if we're ready to really start critiquing some of your like trades and setups, we'll do part 4 like tomorrow or some other day, and we'll post that one.
I could do that. I'll do a whole.
I'll send it to you guys.
Okay.
All right, guys. Hoff, you still there, man? You look frozen.
He probably got in the center of the building and lost connection.
I'll just text him. All right, man. Peace, dude.
All right, bud. Hey, have a good afternoon.
You too. Thanks.
See ya. Thank you.